Hey there, Wastelanders. It's Brother Mike, and thank you so much for joining me. Today, we're going to be going over what really happened to the New Vegas Strip, and is it really destroyed, or something more at play? We get our first look at the Strip after the events of New Vegas, and it looks rough. The Strip is in disarray. There seems to be no one on the Strip or operating the Strip. It seems the casinos are shut down and there are death claws in the Strip breeding already. We find evidence of eggs. What went on and what led to this? Well, that's what I'm going to be going over today. And there's a multitude of things that happen. And one of my biggest theories starts in the finale of season 1, where we see the Las Vegas Strip in the end credit scene. And as it pans out, it shows crashed NCR vertebrates, destroyed Securitrons, Deathclaw skulls, and a hole in the Strip. Now, cut to this episode, and where that hole in the Strip is at is a new entrance. And the Strip seems to be more cleaned up. But what hasn't changed is the Deathclaws are still there. And it seems they've made it their new home. So what really happened? How could we have gotten here in the first place? Well, what I think what happened is that Mr. House is the canonical ending to Fallout New Vegas. It is kind of right there in front of us the entire time. The house always wins, almost like the devs were hinting that that's kind of the most mainstream ending that they'd go with if they continued on with this. But let's say that Mr. House does win, and he pushes the NCR out of Hoover Dam and kicks the Legion's butt at Fortification Hill. What happens after? Well, let's see. The NCR still has a lot of forces in the Mojave Wasteland. And so does Caesar's Legion. Don't forget that this isn't their main stomping ground, and they have a good proportion of Ohio taken over. And also, in earlier episodes of Season 2, we see this as in Quintus's map with the whole area that is bordered off by the Legion colors. But, so we know both of those factions are more than just in New Vegas. So, what could have happened? And this is where my Battle of New Vegas theory comes in. And not just any battle, the first battle for New Vegas. So, let's set the stage. Mr. House successfully pushes the NCR out of the Hoover Dam. He kicks the Legion's butt, and he's triumphant. He's the real one in charge in the Mojave. But the NCR isn't going to let that slide. As we know, the Mojave Wasteland was President Kimball's main focus for his presidency. And on top of that, we have to look at General Oliver and how a bit eccentric he is, especially with what he says at the end of the game that, do you really think that this is it? Do you really think that we're going to stand down? Do you think that people back in Shady Sands are going to let this happen? Well, no, because apparently Shady Sands was destroyed at this time, but we're going to push that to the side. But from that, the NCR says, we're not going to take this. All these troops we spent, all the people we spent there, all the caps we've spent on trying to take this area over and get the Mojave, and especially the Hoover Dam, they're not going to just fall back like anything. And I think they go all in on New Vegas. And they attack from Camp McCarran. Hence why the hole is blown open in the wall right there. All they have to do is come out the front door of Camp McCarran and just attack the Strip right there, and that's what they do. An all-out war breaks out. Securitrons firing their rockets and 9mm submachine guns into the crowds of NCR soldiers. The NCR vertebrates whizzing by. Rangers taking Securitrons out from potentially even the top of the sign, just like in the trailer. And all that commotion, all that fighting, the explosions from the missiles, the noise from the bullets and the vertebrates, it draws something out. And that something is Deathclaws. And from where, you may say? From Quarry Junction, just a little bit up the road from Camp McCarran. I'd say about 4 or 5 miles away, probably, at least how the game shows us it. And They make their way to the Strip. Among all of the chaos, the Deathclaws attack. Mass casualties on both sides, causing both sides to retreat. Mr. House pulls all of his Securitrons back into the Lucky 38, shutting the doors. Hence why we have the huge claw marks on the front of the doors, almost like a Deathclaw was trying to rip it open from the outside. The NCR falls back. NCR soldiers desert, run into the Mojave wasteland, and boom, the Strip, the most active area in the Mojave wasteland, turned to a ghost town in a second. Now, call me crazy, but it sounds like it could be a possibility. And on top of that, with the end credit of the and on top of that, with the most recent end credit, we see a story unfold at Camp McCarran, and that it got attacked by Legion forces. So, potentially in this huge battle for trying to take over the Strip, one last ditch effort in finally securing the Mojave, did the Legion take that opportunity to attack the NCR where it would really hurt? I think it's a possibility, and it seems exactly the kind of thing that the Legion would do. So, was there a battle for New Vegas? Did the NCR attack Mr. House after he pushed them out of the Strip? Or am I just crazy? So, let me know your theories on what happened to the Strip down below. I would love to hear them, and I'm working on a video right now where I'm going to be going over all of your guys' amazing theories you've been dropping. Also, thank you so much. As of right now, we are at 192 subscribers. This time, last week, I was thanking you for 100. Oh my gosh, you guys are the best, and thank you so much for all your kind words. It means so much. And with all that being said, I hope you have a wonderful day, and you don't forget, you stay safe out there, Wastelanders.